So remember the other day I posted, on our channel when I had my interview on Fox Soul, and I talked about these media organizations like the CBS, which you're going to talk today as just one of them, NBC, etc. All the Mzungu-owned media outlets, how they're just propaganda wings for white supremacy, and they're full of racists. I mean, let's call it what it is. We know about how they disseminate our image, what they say about us, how they always waging a propaganda war against black people globally. Well, you have two CBS executives. They've been suspended and under investigation for racist and even sexist behavior in an extensive report that was published in the Los Angeles Times. Now, the guy's name is Peter Dunn and David Friend. They've been placed on administrative leave as the company investigates accusations of discrimination against black and female journalists when it comes to hiring, retention, and fair treatment. So this is what happened and what they're stating. They said that the CBS owned television stations in their division owns about 28 stations with 2,800 employees, which provides news to millions in major markets, including Philadelphia, LA, New York, San Francisco, Chicago, and Dallas. Now, the guy named Peter Dunn, he's the president of the division, and David Friend is the senior vice president of news. Now, these are the guys that's really responsible for putting people in place to disseminate news, okay? And the two were to be considered to be sympactical in their decision-making and managerial approach at CBS. Now, they said those who've been around them accused them of being hostile, racist, crude, according to legal paperwork. So they say they explored some allegations that happened at the Philadelphia station. They say including when Dunn refers to Philadelphia station KYW lead anchor Yuki Washington, who is a black Philadelphia native, as just a jive guy. Huh? That's dumb. And say Dunn also said at Washington, all he does is dancing, as you said about him. They said when Kennedy and then newsroom manager Margaret Cronin suggested promoting Washington, who is a distant cousin of Denzel Washington, the actor, to lead anchor in 2016, Dunn replied, he's not doing that jive talking anymore. Sometimes he's just not speaking my language. This is what he's saying. Now, we know that's completely racial and know good and well jive and all that. They ain't heard that since the black exploitation film era. They say, I was shocked that a corporate head would use, they were saying the words like that to describe an African-American. Cronin told the Times, say, besides, Yuki was such a valuable asset to viewers and internally to our team. I couldn't believe Peter Dunn would even be questioning his performance. Of course he would question his performance because black people is undervalued. Black people are marginalized in every area in America. If you're working for these folks, let's call it what it is, especially corporate America. Corporate America it has the most white supremacists ever. You think all the white supremacists was at the Capitol on January the 6th? The majority of them is in the boardroom. So it said the duo said Dunn also dished out similar treatments to others, including trying to block, then terminating the employment of former KYW morning anchor Brooke Thomas, a talented black journalist. It said neither David nor Peter liked her, but they finally begrudgingly gave us the thumbs up. They're talking about to hire her. They say when Thomas had been on the air for only 2 days, Cronin received a phone call from Friend, who was belligerent. He said he screamed and said it was just immediate screaming on the phone, not constructive criticism, just venom and profanity. He screamed, tell her, talking about the sister, to shut the whatever up. It said, she said, I was flabbergasted. I never witnessed the type of behavior in the workplace. So the woman continued to say that he sent her email and told her, can you please tell her to stop shouting, stop talking in a fake Southern accent, and stop sucking the air out of the show. This is what he said. And then they said Dunn also alleged, said of another black female anchor of Ethiopian descent that he hated her face. This is what he said. But he didn't, have all those horrible comments toward the white anchors, just the black ones. And what happens in a lot of these jobs, ladies and gentlemen, is that people are afraid for their job, so they don't say anything because you're like, man, I don't want to lose this job. So a lot of black folks endure racism because of that. This is why it's important, black people, to create our own media companies. It's important, whether it's news, whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment, whether it's whatever that in the news that need to be covered. We need to create our own because our brothers and sisters who go to school and just trying to do a good job endure that. And this has come from executives. It's not just some low-level manager. See, the reason why, and some people even ask me, why are you talking about entertainment news? Why you got entertainment now? I don't like all that. I mean, I don't care about them people. Well, it's not about you caring about the people. Understand, we cannot have holes in our community in the areas of media. Then what happens is Mzungus come in, get all of that, or other groups of people get all of that. Then you're mad talking about culture vulture and they distilling from our community. Listen, if you don't shore up the community, then they gonna come in. Some of you brothers and sisters are great at sports. You should create your own ESPNs. You understand what I'm saying? Create our own. And then when you create your own and you can grow it, bring other black people in so they don't have to be dealing with the issue and problem. Understand? Like, that's my thought process. I want us to continue to grow and I can bring in all the brothers and sisters that I can. So they don't have to worry about their natural hair being discriminated against or talked down to. No, that's not how it gets down. OK, so the NABJ had came out and released a statement. Now, you know, I'm a member of the NABJ myself. I'm actually going to go to the conference. I think the conference was in Houston this year, so I'm definitely going to attend the conference. I would have attended it last year, but it was, you know, virtual, and I didn't want to do virtual last year. I actually want to go to a conference. I mean, can we get back to conferences, ladies and gentlemen? I wear a mask, no problem. But man, you know, it's like conferences is how you network with people. Everything can't be through the internet. But a lot of people say they wasn't surprised at all. You know, of course, most people in this country, we always say we're not surprised. Well, if we're not surprised, that means we need to start creating. Understand? You know, go from whatever you're doing to having just a YouTube channel. That's how a lot of people start, and create that and make that into a company and grow that. Like I said, we need all the people we can. I don't feel jealous of nobody. I want everybody here. I want everybody to be out here speaking on the topics. Trust me, we all can't cover it, but we got to create our own companies just so we have a place for our brothers and sisters to work and they can feel happy. The people that work for us, they don't have to worry about racism. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to worry about me talking about you can't wear your natural hair here. You don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about being something else that they're not. None of them have to worry, because I want everybody to be themselves. I want everybody to think for themselves. That's another requirement to work with me. You can't work around me and expect me to tell you everything. I want you to have a mind of your own, because you may have an idea that I don't even have. So I want people around me that know how to think. I don't want a bunch of yes men and yes women around me. No. Think a little bit. Come up with an idea. You understand what I'm saying? But this is what happens in corporate America, not just with CBS, but in corporate America all the time. So your time in corporate America, take that knowledge and skill that you may have and create your own company, brothers and sisters. That's what we got to do. That's the best combat to white supremacy. Instead of begging them and talking about firing them and, we need some diversity and inclusion training. And listen, no. The best way to deal with that is creating your own, being self-sufficient. And if anybody is against that, then that person just wants to be a slave, because only a slave don't want to do for themselves. They want to depend on somebody else to do it for them. No. If you're an adult, you do for yourself. But leave me a comment. Let us know what you think about this particular story. It's very, very unfortunate, but as most people say, we're not surprised. I mean, this is America. You know, I think it's crazy when they say, this is America. We're nothing like this. This is exactly who you are. You know, stop lying to the world.